Following her recent attack at TwitchCon, Emiru has made some horrifying accusations against Mizkif. I would like to be the first to say it. This fork was discovered in the kitchen. There is truly a ton of material to discuss. However, I want to start by stating that this tweet is factual. It's not exactly my community, but it seems like the internet, collective consciousness, and mainstream media have a problem with allowing degenerate white men to hold on to power for an absurdly long time, and even supporting them when they are blatantly bad. Being charged of concealing SA is not common. I'm not sure how we dealt with that when it happened to Mizkif. Power is one of the items that are usually discovered at the crime site of a cover-up SA. What does Mizkif possess? A great deal of power. Therefore, why is a powerful white man who has a long history of strange behavior still permitted to be there when he is accused of essaying and covering it up? But I'm going to stop yapping. I'm Hood Socrates, as you are already aware. Let's get going.
Is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him. I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably gonna come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet.
First, we had the opportunity to examine Emiru's accusations. The most significant part of this clip, in my opinion, is how sociopathic, or I'll just say crazy because I'm not a licensed professional, someone's threat of a smear campaign speaks volumes about their character, and trying to capitalize on the hate speech on the internet about animal abuse is just so manipulative. The fact that Emiru is being so direct about Mizkif's approach to handling the issue, however, makes this clip, in my opinion, nearly a trap. And that idiot actually follows through on her statements, as you'll see later. Simply consider Mizkif's character. It's not as if he has a strong public image. I hear almost exclusively bad things about him. It is therefore quite disgusting to learn that he is prepared to launch a slander campaign on a purported victim. And that does raise the question of how we arrived at this streaming stage. Social media, which I have long viewed with such affection, has turned into a reflection of the music industry, which is rife with abuse and corruption. This is an uncomfortable reality that I have recently found difficult to accept. Bus talks about that in more detail in another video, but this is crazy.
So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But I let him hold me while I was crying, and he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then suddenly he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And I screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, and instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, "I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go." And he immediately left my house while I was still crying without checking if I was okay or anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or
In essence, Mizkif tries to use a period of low feeling as a means of getting into bed with Emiru. Additionally, he bounces back without even apologizing after she rejects him. Note that Emiru states in the video that they were not together, and that she feels uncomfortable letting people touch her when they are not with her. As an ex-boyfriend or someone who isn't even her spouse, this man simply crosses her boundaries when she is feeling vulnerable and depressed.
I also had a couple other streamers report to me that he would obsessively watch my stream, and not in a oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now way, or having my stream open. He would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year. And they tell me that he would want to discuss how He believed I still wanted him. Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask other guys if they thought I had slept with anyone this year. They'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And then they told me he would say stuff like, no, there's no way she's done that. She's not like that. And she's probably waiting for me.
Just so you know, this is the playbook for odd guys. What makes it so horrible is that they catch you when you're at your weakest. Mizkif made his move after spotting a weak Emru. Fortunately, he simply bounced, but it's all a show. Following her recent attack at TwitchCon, Emru has made some horrifying accusations against Mizkif. I would like to be the first to say it. This fork was discovered in the kitchen. There is truly a ton of material to discuss. However, I want to start by stating that this tweet is factual. It's not exactly my community, but it seems like the internet, collective consciousness, and mainstream media have a problem with allowing degenerate white men to hold on to power for an absurdly long time, and even supporting them when they are blatantly bad. Being charged of concealing SA is not common. I'm not sure how we dealt with that when it happened to Miss. Power is one of the items that are usually discovered at the crime site of a cover-up SA.
My walls, again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom. The holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him. And he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. At the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour. And like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die. Like threatening to kill both of us. And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food and he was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, like, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about while doing it.